there we decided to go to the zoo.
Yeah, the basic gist was captain, statues, zoo, contact, city hall place to do some stuff for Anastasia as well. Then went to the stores, killed some bad guys. Now we're here.
Technically, we didn't kill them. They killed themselves.
We killed a bunch of them.
Yeah, we killed a whole lot of them.
That's what I'm doing here. What do you mean?
Murdered like 4 of them in the hallway, and then we sacrificed them to an altar.
Yeah. Then we infiltrated them and completely destroyed their idea of trust, and before killing a whole bunch more, and then some of them killed themselves.
So I think our recaps are just going to be us just kind of rambling about everything. Everyone's
I mean,
taking
it should be a group thing. It should be funny if it's a little.
Yeah, I agree. Think about it.
Oh, you guys remember we did this too? Yeah.
Remember?
I remember.
I know that we briefly just looked over the statues to like get an idea of. I think it was just that we were trying to get an idea of what the champions were and which ones were in the city. In case Anastasia wanted to procure another airship from someone.
Other.
Well, I mean, like trying to get. No. But like you got the letter from the one guy I meant. Like you were sending the letter.
We got directed to the zoo by the statues.
Yeah. And at the zoo, we found out that he's holding a devil captive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just in a pit.
Chained up, and it can freely shoot spikes at people.
But it's perfectly safe, apparently.
Yeah.
And then we just went to the sewers to meet up with the person who had scouted out beforehand, which was the self. And then, we followed them through the sewers to this place. And then me and Null and Anatoly kind of went in sneakily first, came back out, then we all snuck in and ambushed everyone.
And then we blew a hole in the wall, and then the statue's head started talking to us. Yeah.
Yeah, this weird
only a little bit of skull torture later.
Yeah. You guys tore off a horn or some shit.
Yeah, I chopped off the edge of one of its horns. We crammed a pickaxe into his face and twisted it around. And then,
Draco has an army of goblins, or 3 goblins, I guess.
Yeah, 3 goblins who are just seemingly little bitches with no force of will or personality. They just say "do job" and then do the job.
Minions.
They were tortured. It's fine.
Yep.
Why is there? That's weird. I have a little exclamation point on my screen at the top left.
Is it red?
It's white. And it moves around when I move my... it stays stationary like the names and stuff.
I've infected you with my character. I don't know.
I mean, it is by your name, so...
You have errors?
I don't know. Here, I'll take a screenshot.
Doggy dog, let me know.
Is Zane's, character sheet giving people errors? I wouldn't put it past Roll20, to be honest.
So I think an easier way is whenever you bring in the token, if you double click on it as the DM, the gear allows you to allow access or can be controlled by players. If you want to just simplify it to doing that.
It says controlled by, determined by character settings, so because it represents your character.
On the token or on the sheet?
Your token.
You don't see a control by slot or drop down?
Yeah, that it doesn't show the drop down because it's representing your character. I guess I could just change it to non-generic and put in the stats myself.
Nah, they may erase stuff or duplicate it maybe.
We've already solved the problem, so
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're good to start whenever.
All right. You guys are good to start.
Alright. That means we're also good to end. Good session, guys. See you next week.
Oh.
Ow!
Imagine a recap of the next session is just a recap of this session.
Recap of the recap.
We do that for a year, then we're done.
We just stay in this spot forever, recapping what we've done.
So, the last thing that happened was the guards came and Anastasia told them to pack up the statue and send it to her house. Be careful with it. Super
Yep.
dangerous. They seemed like they were going to do it, so I think we were heading back to the captain, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say, or are we just doing that? Because I think we're doing that.
Hey, Michael, Captain.
I'm waiting to get into the captain.
Okay.
Were we escorting the leader lady ourselves, or
Um.
Is she unconscious? Yeah, she's unconscious, right?
Yeah, Anatoly beat the shit out of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, so I guess someone can drag her. I guess we can have someone drag them along.
Yeah, Anatoly would be happily dragging along his prey, and he very clearly looks in a much more uppity mood than the usual hard-ass angry person he is after that scuffle.
You say that he's in his element.
Yep.
Nal is too scared to ask what's going on with Anatoly and why he's acting different, and just starts to go join Anastasia.
Don't worry, child. This will be normal to you soon. Meanwhile, Anatoly walks by whistling.
Yep. You learn to enjoy what you're good at.
Nal kind of looks to Anastasia.
Most of the situation was kind of boring, except for the skull was a little bit surprising, but just more trouble needing to be taken care of. Nothing special.
Hmm.
Guess we head to the captain.
Indeed.
All right. Which one is told by there it is.
Should someone also be babysitting Draco?
He's
Nah,
Jacob's following along.
He's
Yeah,
got
I
his
feel like
goblins,
he-
he'll be fine.
I feel like he goes somewhere and trains his goblins for the day.
Yeah. Just like, sit. No, it just hits on the newspaper. I mean, honestly, they seem to have the mental cognancy of dogs, so.
Yeah. He was gonna get them suits and clean them up.
Oh yeah, he was gonna make them into little goblin butlers.
So he,
He was telling them to listen to Anastasia. I remember that part too.
and Anastasia said, no, just follow him.
Don't want this.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
She's very picky about her minions.
And Anatoly
Nal
kept
smiles proudly.
and Anatoly kept bitch smacking them every time they did something he didn't like.
You also spit at them.
He spit in their general direction, yes.
I said at them, not on them. Still rude though. Anyway.
Yeah.
To the courthouse, which I think was over here, right? Ike?
Yes, you
Somewhere
were
in this area?
Yes, you were in the Parliament building, the town hall. As you guys come out, you guys pass by a guard battalion securing the area and waiting for their compatriots to draw out the bodies. You see that your carriage is there in all of its glory. I'm just going to assume you're going to get into the carriage and head straight to the city hall.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Anastasia-
we're not keeping the prisoner in the good carriage.
Yeah, and Anastasia is going back to the inn to have a bath first.
Yeah.
Ah.
because was in the sewer, so gotta have a bath.
Mhm.
Go wander around town and like sewer smell.
Scrubbing time.
Makes sense.
I'll
So-
deliver this one to the captain personally then.
You handle that. I'll be done shortly.
Does that mean we're gonna go find an inn?
So we're going back to our inn.
We didn't go to an inn
Yeah.
here yet.
We have, did we not?
Not yet.
No, you're
Okay,
right.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we found an inn. We would have had an inn set up then.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go to the nicest inn in the city, which would happen to be over here. The Seaside Lady.
Pretty. I like the name.
We'll follow you guys first. Let me just clean some things up. There. Is Zane with Nalan and Asaja?
I'd probably go with Anatoly.
I was gonna say,
With Anatoly?
Yeah.
Alright.
To handle to handle that stuff. Yeah, he would probably also she would tell you like go there, bring him in or them in, interrogate them, get any information you can out of them, torture them if you must, the standard usual stuff. I'm gonna go take a bath and talk to the captain afterwards. We'll meet up at the captain's place, I guess.
Okay. So,
Understood.
lady first.
Alright. Do the people at the end want to have a scene, or is that just something?
I don't think so. I'll do it into the night, I guess. Any other scenes or whatever.
So no scene.
And no.
I guess we're good, yeah.
Just
All right.
run a bath, bathe, and, yeah.
Let me clean up.
A no head.
Let me bring this one
Damn you.
on the screen. They're small. Make them bigger. All right. We'll fade into Zane and Anatoly.
Ah yes, we grow once more. Anatoly just carrying the shackled person over his, with him.
The guards let you right through.
I follow behind.
So he's just standing over there by the bookcase.
Yep, he's seems to be reading through.
Anatoly just walk right up here and then dump them on the ground, just right there.
As the chains and body clatters onto the ground, Harvey looks over in shock. He's like, "Oh!"
Mission
And
accomplished.
I'm guessing this is one of the cultists.
This
Indeed.
isn't just one of the cultists. And Anatoly would just kneel down and pulling off their hood and grabbing their face to point it up. Their name was Aisha, right?
Yeah, her name was Isha.
This is Isha. She was leading this, I don't know, group of them or whatever.
Ah, I see.
Rest of them are dead or captured.
As expected, though, it's very intriguing that you managed to get the most important one. You all are very good at your jobs. Well worth a report.
I told you.
It-
Yes.
Yeah, this was easy. He's digging his fingers into their face meat. Just
Your
Harvey
contact
just
is very
sort of-
helpful as well.
Yeah. Hmm.
Anatoly
see.
is scary when he's excited. I'm not
I
even
see
there
that.
and I'm scared.
I'll see to that private, their promotion. They've done one great service today. I assume they're still at the, scene.
yeah, they're there with the mothers. They're cleaning up what we left.
Interesting. Well, Anatoly, would you like to do the honors of telling me, or would we like Isha to tell us for you?
And is Isha awake right now?
Yeah,
Or?
she's conscious.
Anatoly would like stand himself back up and just give him like a kick in the spine, like, come on, bird, sting.
She just sort of gets on her hands and knees and says, I won't tell you anything.
That's unwise. You might want to consider doing the opposite of that. Tell us everything.
Very.
If you prove yourself to be useless, then you may just die on that floor.
Accidents happen all the time, of course. We wouldn't want to have a little accident, would we? And she just sort of bars her teeth and says something in the Wandi language, of which I don't think anyone in this room understands.
Not that I know of.
Negative.
Yep. Captain Harvey walks over to the guards and tells them to fetch the reward for Lady Anastasia and her party. As they go off, he shuts the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're alone, you seem eager, Anatoly.
Guard Captain evil? Is he about to start torturing people?
I think that means we like him, right?
Yeah, this is weird.
Captain Harvey just sort of
Harvey, I didn't know you had it in you.
Captain Harvey steps on Isha's knuckles and bows down as he says, "Now, what were you doing down there?" As he keeps crushing, she just screeches out and keeps telling him to go to hell. Perhaps your methods may find more revealing.
Oh, you give him such pleasure. Anatoly, have at it.
Bring me a chair.
Being very open with this captain.
The fuck was
The captain just smiles and brings over this chair. I can't physically move it, but it's there.
Yeah.
As
They're
he
in a chair now.
goes and picks up a book and begins reading. Oh no! What could possibly be happening?
Oh, don't mind me. This is a nice, quiet library. Oh, what? You say there's screaming? I don't hear any screaming. Yeah. Despite that Anatoly's fully aware what they were doing down there, he's gonna have some fun with this. Yeah. Basically, Anatoly would then begin demanding to know, and she's probably not gonna talk. Each time she refuses, he would cut off a finger.
You start by ripping off fingernails, then you do fingers.
Yeah. No. You'll see later. Yeah.
She is resistant up until the third finger.
My God.
She begins squealing in pain. Says, I can't. No. Stop, please. She looks down at her bloodied hand and says, It was just supposed to be a simple ritual. They said we had everything we needed.
To do what?
Raise the Seth on the shrine.
Really not.
Captain Harvey walks over and says, and what shrine would this be? and she just sort of bars her teeth as he looks back to Anatoly.
We did find one down there. How about you tell us what it's for? Anatoly would be taking his knife away from her fingers and like putting it up to one of her eyes.
She just sort of panics and says, the primordial shrine. It's supposed to interact with the skull. At this point, Harvey's just smiling as he just sort of is just sitting there and watching her squeal. She's like, the shrine of the skull of Ungalar. The skull was supposed to be for Seth to rise and possess, but we couldn't get the orbs. The temple thought they were here, but they were not.
How many orbs do you need?
The four siblings.
Mm-hmm. And where might all the others be, since you know that they're not here?
I don't know where all of them are. I don't.
Then you
Do
must
you know
certainly know who does know.
I'm as good as dead if I tell you.
You're as good as dead if you don't tell me.
Exactly.
Besides, whose fate's worse? As Harvey just keeps watching, she just sort of eyes the blade and goes, I was writing a letter out to the temple of the whereabouts that we know of. The earth orb. It was behind the wall, the one that we were trying to blow up. The other ones are scattered across the realm. The Sister of Nature, it's with some hags in the forest just north of here. And the Brother of Frost, it's in the fjords of all places. You couldn't dare reach it without running into something vile. And the Sister of Fire, well, it's as good as gone.
First up. So
Good to know. Good to know.
So just for notes reference, could you repeat?
You should have the handouts of the cult scribblings.
Okay.
We had most of this last week.
Okay, just
yeah.
making sure.
Harvey just smiles and says, well, I got what I needed to know. And with the cult dismantled, that concludes that little chapter.
No, Harvey. This is clearly not all of them. You seriously think this is their high leader? Anatoly would give like the slightest of incision on her eye.
She begins to
How about
scream.
some names?
Shizhi's ice.
Good night.
Let me.
Yeah, spell out.
At night.
That's a bunch of S's, just as nice, man. S's and Z's everywhere. Can we try to spell it first? Everyone's gonna guess.
Let's try it. Ah, damn it. Shit's nice. Yes.
Shit's Z's.
I asked the person
Oh my
following
God.
this chat is the shit.
Oh my god!
The one
love
team
it.
name generators on crack.
I know. I love it. I love it.
He's the Great Clerk. He calls out to Seth.
And where would they be?
The temple. The temple of the old ones. The one near Mokarash in the dunes. Hmm. Harvey just shrugs and says, "Not too much helpful. I guess
No,
in mean it's useful."
If we were to destroy any of these gems, would your ritual be failed? Or is there other ways to fix that issue? Are there fail safes?
We were supposed to corrupt the ritual. The ritual is supposed to raise Ungalath. Or, no, that's not quite his name. Ungalar. We were supposed to raise. It's supposed to raise Ungalar himself, but we were going to add our own little spin. Instead of Ungalar's spirit possessing the bones, it was going to be Seseth instead, and Ungalar would finally be destroyed. But
Well, looks like whoever he is gets to live another day within that skeleton. Keep talking.
there's nothing more I can tell you. I promise. Please, just let me
Sure
go.
about that?
Why do they always ask to be let go? There's some kind of freedom at intrusion. It's so cute.
Can I make an insight check on their claim that they have nothing else to say?
You may.
17?
Let me do something. Here it is.
Okay.
You believe them. They seem to be frantic and in a state of emotions that are
Alright.
otherworldly.
Would I be inclined to check as well or no?
You may.
1 second while sheet's loading. Insight. That is a negative. Gotcha.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let's try one more. It's wisdom. It's wisdom.
Yeah, perfect.
Man. They're really
It's a good
convincing.
line.
Yeah, it's a deceptive fanatic.
Well, seems they've just been rehashing things that the guard already knows. Well,
Yeah. We made this loyal little bitch of a dead god who killed an inquisitor, sing and betray everything they've been fighting for. Good job, Aisha.
she just sort of whimpers and just sort of like concedes as she flumps over a little bit. It's the holding cell with this one, for now. Until I find a different use, of course.
Where's the cell? I'll take her.
No need. My guards will do it. They'll be back in a
I
second.
insist.
I'm sorry, but Anatola's a little untrusting of certain things. Just in case your people have been infiltrated. I believe it's good at third-party companies.
Oh, trust me. I trust my guards with my life. Those two have stuck with me for thick and thin. Everything, really. Once they take the prisoner, we can talk a little bit more.
Fine. If you say that they were worthy.
As,
I'm not one to question your allegiance to your people.
yes. I
But
apologize.
it's my job to do exactly that. I'll accompany them.
Of course.
Yes.
As the guards filter through, they stand at ease with several bags of just what seems to be currency. Oh. Huh. Was that it? I guess the mayor of Tolbite is being really stingy with his rewards today.
Oh, is that for us?
Yes, this is for Lady Anastasia's work. We very much appreciate what Lady Anastasia has done for us. There should be much use for such gold. In platinum inside. Well, let's see. I gather that there's about maybe 500. Very good. Well, Guardsman, you'll be accompanying Sir Anatoly to the holding cell with the prisoner.
Yeah, Anatoly would grab him by the manacles and yank him out of the chair and just like walk at sword point.
Isha walks as she sobs along.
Yeah, and would take him to the holding cell.
Yep. There's nothing for the holding cell here, but at this point, we're going to tune into Lady Anastasia Nal, who I have assumed has finished their
Shower bath.
yeah.
I guess I can do my like scene thing now. If it's private, I guess, so it makes sense, I guess. Yeah. So after the bath, I guess Anastasia tells Null to take a bath as well. Like take a bath while she deals with some things.
Null would make sure to clean herself up. When she finishes up, she'd probably have washed her uniform first and then taken a bath to make sure that it was all clean. But then, gets dressed back into the uniform that you'd bought her.
Yeah. And she probably has more than one.
Fair enough. Okay.
Since she probably would have to wear one while one's getting washed.
But was there gonna be something happen when she comes out of the bath?
Yeah. So Anastasia's wearing like a dominatrix outfit, and she has like a desk with a contract on it. She says like, so after you've proven yourself worthy of being my servant, I've decided to keep you.
Oh, and she kind of stammers and blushes. I'm so happy that you want to keep me as your servant.
Yes.
So what does that entail fully?
So she gestures to the contract. So this contract means if you were to sign it, you belong to me. Everything, mind, body, soul, in this life and in the next. I don't know if you know who my patron is, but we take contracts very, how would you put it? Not just serious, but beyond serious. We're going to say serious for now. And so, before I invest any time or resources or anything else valuable to me in you, I want to make sure that you know that you belong to me.
She flushes bright red and is kind of just looking at the contract. And if this will make you happy, then I'll sign it.
No. It's not just to make me happy. It's to make you happy as well.
What do you mean?
If this doesn't make you happy, then I don't want you to sign this.
And she blushes more as she kind of looks at you like, well, I'm happy making you happy.
It's good to hear. But, I want this to be of your own free will. Any hesitation kind of, lessens the contract as far as a supernatural, state of it. You coerce someone against their will, contracts usually don't work.
It's Anastasia, you helped me in a very dark part of my life. And when I had nothing, you welcomed me into your home. And now I am very grateful to be your servant. So yes, I would willingly sign this without hesitation. And he kind of looks around for a pen,
Yeah, it's all set up for you to sign it.
and she signs it.
Yeah. So
Without-
this
like-
contract's it's very very like so I don't know if slavery or like indentured servitude is legal in your world. Any Ember? I don't know if it is or not. Is there any like form of that?
Of indentured servitude?
Yeah.
Yes, there would be.
Or like come out some kind of like legal slavery or something? Anything beyond that, or I don't know.
Grigori is like one of those examples. The little.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's probably like certain like rules to it, right? There's probably like you can't take a slave against their will potentially, or they have to be willing. You're responsible for them, kind of like a dog or something like that, right? If your slave kills someone, it's on you because you let them out of your sight, or because like they represent you or whatever, right? Like things like that. You know, like there's probably like rules to it, correct? Like then all these like things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this contract is basically against the law like crazy, right? It doesn't say any of that stuff. Like it's written in a way that's like Anastasia has like all the power and she has to deal with nothing basically. And like anything she does is on her, but like on like her own things, whatever. But the way it's written is like there's like it looks like a regular contract, just really like illegal. Like after Null like signs it or whatever, like she waves her hand over it, and it turns into what looks like a legal contract. Like the words change on it magically. I'm gonna use my spell. I took it. I'm gonna use it because I took it. I can grab it. Full load. Do. Why is it just swirling? Okay, my sheet's taking a while to load for some reason. There it goes.
I just realized I made Null the biggest fucking simp ever.
It's fine. Say you like.
Happens.
So it's gonna last for 10 days. Enough to get it through the courts. So it just magically writes what I want, but then after I dispel it or the 10 days pass, it goes back to being what's actually written on it. So it looks like a legal binding contract that's, within the law. It's not. I have a Zeppelin permit too that says the same thing, kind of. Yeah. Those are the two things I went and got at the courthouse. Showed up. But yeah, so after she signs it, she says, good. We'll have this delivered on the way when we get to the rest of the guys. But because I think you've done so well, tonight I'm going to reward you. So be ready for that. It's going to be a long night for you. And she like gestured to get like ready to leave, I guess. She changes back into her normal clothes.
Yeah, while she's blushing intensely and trying to just like stay focused on her tasks, she's definitely affected by all of this. But she starts getting ready and like, yes, ma'am, and starts like making sure that your outfit is, finely pressed and everything, along with her own, to make sure that she's I forgot the words.
Reasonable.
Thank you. Yes. And yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess after we get dressed, we get the carriage, and then we head to the rest of the guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just
I think Anastasia's dominatrix outfit is her new priest outfit, the one for her god, new god.
Hmm.
It's Asmodeus, so I mean, come on, dominatrix outfit makes sense.
Now we're going to go back to Zane and Anatoly, who have just delivered the prisoner to the holding cell with the captain. Is Josh here?
He's muted currently.
Yeah.
Just checking. All right. Ken Harvey looks to his guards and says, does anyone know the whereabouts of Lady Anastasia? Perhaps you too?
Yes, she left to get cleaned up. She'll be here.
Yeah, like Anatoly's gone at the moment, delivering the person to the holding cell. Quick question: how many guards are around the holding cells and stuff?
The holding cells, there seems to be quite a bit.
Okay.
Along with the two that you're with that are helping escort, there seems to be about 4 posted, like, just in front of the bars.
Yeah. So after we throw their ass in the holding cell, Anatoly would just kind of like go around past each guard, essentially just sizing them up pretty much. You know, like who looks the slightest bit weak, who looks like they have some kind of guilt. You know, we're on a baby hunt, and we know how to weed them out, kind of thing.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Just minus the Goofy Goober song.
Are you trying to go about this intimidating, or are you just doing this, like, passive intimidation, just walking through?
Passively.
Passively?
Yeah.
Alright.
So passively would get like a 16. Yeah.
Alright. The guards seem to be holding their manner as they are well trained and need to hold in these few prisoners that are in the holding cell right now. No one, as far as you can tell, is showing any real weakness other than just eyeing you as you walk by. There might be like a face of confusion as you're looking at them. However, they maintain their duty and their mannerisms.
Anatolia would give like the slightest of acknowledgement, like of, you know, acknowledging nod after he's like gone past the last one, and would walk back to the office.
Yep. The other 2 guards follow you back. However, Zane with Captain Harvey. Captain Harvey looks at you, Zane, and he begins to stretch as he releases a groan. You, however, recognize this groan as something else. Mortis tongue. What he says is hello in such a language.
So I would kind of smirk at it, and I would say, I wouldn't expect.
Josh, you're like cutting out a lot, really
You're coming
staticky
in,
and low.
coming in kind of fuzzy.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Alright, those 2 headphones I had on. But yeah, so he'll smirk and like, I wouldn't have expected something. But yes. Hello.
It's quite comforting to see someone else here. Tell me, what is another revenant doing here, especially in the realm of an inquisitor?
Right. I've been assigned, just passing the time at the moment, but I'm using this opportunity for a personal goal. Also while still serving, so I'm still at work, but yet still enjoying intel that would be helpful for my own.
Very intriguing. You were sent by Sylvania herself.
Yes, I have. What about you? It seems like someone of this level has infiltrated the order here. Pretty impressive.
Well, I was high ranking before I died on the battlefield, and I just took up a new alias and just told people I was paranoid. They seemed to buy it.
Ah, so this is how you got your solitude.
Yes. It's quite comforting being in this room alone and with my silent compatriots.
So the guards you sent with Anatolia are allies?
They are not revenant. However, they empathize. They have seen much hardship in their life and were even there during the battle. Some people are just twisted now. And some people, well, seek to betray their own kind. They find themselves damned. And they take comfort in, well, Sylvania, even though she cannot speak with them, and I cannot speak with them in my natural tongue. Nevertheless, I have been assigned a very special goal, and with your help, you've gotten me ever so closer.
So what might that goal be? If you don't mind, of course.
Do you have a fan going?
Outside wind blowing. So he'll say, what would that goal be? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
Well, Sylvania requests that I not only help weaken the guard and whatever else defenses may be in the city, but keep an eye out for a special relic of the past. She didn't really tell me what, however, reading all these books, I think I've finally gotten what she wanted. And it seems you found it for me. The shrine you spoke of and Isha spoke of, that is, well, quite vital in my quest. You see, the Ungalar, the being that inhabits such a skull, is exactly what Sylvania wants. A being that's not quite dead, yet not quite undead. Somewhere in between. Some people seek to kill such a being. I seek to bring it the other way. Into a way that Sylvania can do her thing, if you will.
Sort of similar to how they want to resurrect their god.
Yes.
Cool. So, above game, who stashed the skull?
Pardon?
Someone, one of us.
No, we're having the guards pack it up and deliver it to Anastasia's house. So basically, we have to kill this captain. He knows too much, and you guys told him too much. I was like the whole time, I'm like, why are you guys talking to him in front of the captain? And we got to kill him.
Alright, okay.
Now he wants the thing Anastasia wants. Now we definitely have to kill him.
Alright, so yeah, back into what was he saying?
He was just saying that, oh jeez.
Sylvania's gonna do her thing. What that meant.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant.
Sylvania needs Ungalar. Ungalar is a powerful entity, once even considered maybe a demigod of sorts. If Sylvania was to get her hands on the skull and the power within it, well, not only would the boon be hers and whoever may help in that regard, but just inch her ever so closer to that sweet victory she wants. We all want. Isn't that right?
Correct, but we have a slight issue on that end. My allies at the moment are in possession of it, and they have their wants and needs as well. Perhaps you can tell your people to send it a different way if it's truly for Savannah.
Let me get this straight. You are taking possession of such a relic. This could prove troublesome.
Could you
Tell
read that
me.
for me?
Oh, he said, you want possession of such a relic.
Correct. Your friend that just was traveled off is they were close to their goal. Let's just say that.
I see. And you see how troublesome this is for me.
Correct. But if it's for a queen, then whatever may need to be happening, you need to adjust. This is your mission, so I'll leave it up to you to handle it how you please, but I can only give you information without being too on the wrong side here.
Of course, you have your own responsibilities, being with the Inquisitor. Tell me, what intentions does the Inquisitor have for such a relic?
She hasn't divulged information of it just yet, but it's some most likely selfish need. But it's not my place to decide who's right or wrong in this.
Well, this is quite troublesome. Selfish need. What could the Inquisitor want with Divine?
I don't know. Perhaps a following of her own.
Nevertheless, I can hear the footsteps of my guardsmen as they approach.
Indeed.
We shall be silent about this topic, and I
Agreed.
shall withdraw from your... what is the word? I won't step on your toes. However, I just need some more information, if you can, about the relic.
I'll do what I can, but you understand the situation.
I understand. Anything you can give, just send a message over.
Very well.
And we are in agreement. As Anatoly and the guardsmen begin to walk into the hallway and to the door.
They're in the cell. The guards there seem acceptable.
Yes. I trained them myself. Most of them are competent. At least they're trained to look competent. Now,
Just you saying that gives me doubts, and based on how this cult was able to run around for as long as it did,
yes.
your training and leadership doesn't seem like much of a claim.
I'll ignore this slight for now, for my power is currently out of my control. You see, the military presence in this city has taken over most of the control, and they're really only focused on the defensive side, as we are currently in the middle of a war. The Shattered Isles are getting more aggressive as of late.
Wyatt, you do what you do. Don't make excuses for it. And your job's to defend the city. That's it.
I would argue my job is to sit here and try to defend the city, as other forces prevent me from doing so. However, I do see your point, and I will hold my tongue. And I hope that you will hold yours as well.
Stop giving me reasons and I will.
Fair enough. You have your reward. And Lady Anastasia should be coming soon, no doubt.
The Inquisitor will be here in time.
You hear high heels coming down the hallway.
You would hear high heels coming down the hall.
But yeah, just like Anatoly's like, wait, that's her. She's here. Just like AC used enough for the sound.
Null has become tiny.
Oh, let me enlarge.
Tiny Null.
Just like you. Sure.
Stop moving! Stop moving! Stop that!
Thank you.
Get the fuck off me or I'm killing you.
Okay. There we go.
There it is.
I'm just trying to... me trying to fucking make the circle bigger.
Tiny Null.
You're the pixie.
The new race.
The guards stand aside.
She walks in, so evening. I assume everything's in order.
Yes, of course. You have your reward. Just with my other compatriot there. Quite the amount.
Anything you need to tell me? Talk to me about? Anything?
Well, the
Hey.
shrine down there. Well, you were down there. What information did you gather?
Oh,
Maybe
it's very,
compare.
very dangerous. It's a shrine for a god. I plan to keep it somewhere safe so no one can, use it.
Ah, I see. Well, I trust it would be in good hands with a Grand Inquisitor like yourself.
Yes, I have a special vault to keep it safe.
Hmm.
In my travels, I find lots of, artifacts that can, be utilized in ways, for good or evil, depending on who has them, and it's just better to keep them somewhere safe, where I know I can keep them without any evil getting them. She gives a smile.
Of course. Are you aware of the, what did Isha call it? The skull of... Ungalar. Yes, the skull of Ungalar.
He was the one talking, or it, I mean, you wouldn't say it's talking, but it's the skull of the one we found in the, on the shrine, correct?
Indeed. I would keep it away from the shrine if I were you. It
course.
seems to react with it in several different ways, as Isha made it so clear.
Yes, we gathered that from interacting with it earlier. We plan to deconstruct it and keep it separate.
I see. Well, I have nothing else for you at this very moment. It has been an honor working with you.
Same. Well, if there's no further business, we have other things in town we must do before we leave.
Of course. I will be sure to let you know if I need anything.
She nods. Yeah, she turns to walk out.
Yep. The guards go back outside and close the door as you all walk away from the scene with the reward of... oh dear, where is it?
500 gold or something? I don't remember.
It was, yes, 500 gold. At this point, you are outside of the Parliament building and free without any tasks.
So, as we get out and we're like kind of away from guards and stuff like that, and Anastasia's be like, so, did he mention anything, say anything? Anything you guys found out?
The prisoner mentioned a lot of things, but all that was assumed was, our task was completed.
So I'm not going to go over every little thing, but Anatoly essentially tells her everything that he learned in the interrogation.
Well, I think we knew most of that, but
Did we know about the temple thing down south? I don't remember.
yeah, that's what they were sending the letter to. I think.
Hmm.
Pretty sure that's what they were sending the letter to, right?
I don't recall exactly.
Yeah, they were sending the letter to the temple.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember you asking like a lot of
The
questions that we
desert
already knew,
area.
like how many orbs were there, something like that's 4, right? Like now the captain knows all this, yeah. Like so, yeah. So oh well, I guess there was nothing new. But we have some other things we need to do.
Wasn't there a zoo trip we were supposed to take for the young one?
Yes, but there's something else we need to do at the zoo as well.
Sebastian?
Tonight we're going to sneak into the zoo, and we're going to talk to the devil there, release him.
Yeet, I like this plan.
We're going to persuade him not to do anything till the next day. So we're not going to go to the zoo today. We're going to go to the zoo tomorrow, because we're going to plan tonight. Release the devil, and tomorrow while we're around the zoo, he's going to break free from his bind somehow, and we're just going to happen to be in the area, and we're going to slay him and use that to show Sebastian that we are heroes and we deserve the Zeppelin, so he can put in a even better word for us to acquire the Zeppelin before we head to wherever it is. And I'm also going to get him to sign a contract that he's giving over, that says like, oh yes, they can use our Zeppelin, but really he's going to sign over his share of the Zeppelin to us, so we control part of it.
Good plan.
How do we
So-
convince the devil to let us slay him, though?
Oh, I'll put in a word to our god.
You share the same god?
Yes, he's a devil. He must worship Asmodeus. He has to.
Interesting. You would betray your own?
No, us slaying him sends him home.
Okay, understand.
It's good for him. He gets to go home. The only downside is he'll start over again before being slain, but I'll make a deal with him. He'll sign a contract where he'll get to keep his body while in the next realm, or while over there, and yes, contract signed from devils by devils, or people that are of Asmodeus's following devils are taken very seriously. So this should keep him, with his body, and not have to start over as a Lemire.
So he keeps his promotion after death.
Yes, he keeps his promotion. He's not very high up, but it's still a few ranks higher than being a blob.
Does that mean I'll keep my body now, too, since I've signed a contract with you?
Wait.
Yeah, you'll stay with me.
What?
She belongs to me now. She's proven herself.
That's cute. Congratulations.
He kind of blushes and, does the very, very clearly, I'm not hitting you, but hitting you in the arm kind of thing. Shush!
Out of character, you guys have all probably signed some kind of contract, but it's probably not what you think you signed.
Anatoly wouldn't sign anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit below my intelligence level.
Too paranoid.
Too smart.
You dumb.
You fool.
You simp.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, after you say that, Knowledge is like, well, she's not completely useless, so.
She's helped. Other than, and she looks around for the dragon that's nowhere to be found. It's like,
Yeah, he's completely useless. Why do we still have him around?
just in case we need to throw someone under the I would say throw someone under the bus, but there's no bus, so
Under the
Come under the
carriage.
carriage?
carriage.
Yeah. In case we need a
Under the
patsy.
horse.
Out of the airship.
He's going to be there. Seeing as we can't trust him, seeing as he can't even trust himself yet.
He seems fun though.
Yeah,
Fun?
does he? Because who knows? But that might not be him.
What is
So now
fun?
he might be fun, but what if he remembers he's not fun? What if he remembers he's a loyal worshipper of Bahamut, and he must kill us all to stop our evilness?
What is
Well,
fun
then-
to you, though? Whoa. Are you okay, Anatoly?
No.
No,
I
that was you. I'm just gonna. That was,
He's like doing the finger across the throat thing there, and going.
oh, okay.
Yes,
I think
but what if he
so.
remembers it at a very advantageous spot for us? Where he ruins something we're doing. No, we're gonna kill him afterwards, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't want him to mess things up. So we have to keep
And
him.
why are we keeping him in the first place if that's such a great risk?
No, like I said, we can use him as a fall guy if we need to. He's our safety net for now, but potentially can cut a safety net at some other point. It's a risk, but I think if he's understanding enough, he won't mess up a net if we explain it to him. Even if he remembers who he is and who he is good, he probably still can understand the position he's in.
Okay,
So,
blaming safety net. Well, I can live with that.
Are there ways for us to restore his memory so we can put this to bed sooner?
That's the thing. Any more time we waste dealing with giving his memories back, we could have just found a better patsy.
Very well. I had hopes
Yeah,
for him, but
Niels-
if
The ideal solution would be to convince him whatever his memories are aren't actually his memories, and he's someone else. That's much more advantageous to our situation.
Yes, we should start working on a identity for him. Piecing something
Interesting.
together to show who he is.
so building your own robot.
Kind of. Just hopefully nothing else triggers his memories.
Are you bothered by this at all?
No, I'm just thinking, what if there was a way to magically alter it? That way you could actually make memories in his head that you wanted there.
Sounds slightly powerful.
Yes, I don't have access to magic that strong yet.
Yeah.
I'm not a mage, but that's a great idea. See, as I said, not completely useless.
I think I'm growing on Anatoly.
Anatoly
enough of this.
ignores your remark.
Never plotting on our current ally. So let's get our own business taken care of.
So, let's stake out the zoo so we can figure out ways in tonight once everything closes down to speak to this devil.
Mike,
Yep.
is there only one entrance to the zoo?
Um,
I only see
there's
one
the
gate.
front
that's why I asked.
entrance that is readily acceptable or accessible. However, there may be more entrances hidden around the fence that you have not yet checked. I'm
Okay.
assuming you guys are checking those now.
If we're staking it out, then I think yes. Correct, everyone?
So should we roll like perception or anything? Investigations or anything?
We're like setting stuff up to make it easier tonight. Like we're seeing where it's guards at, where it's protected, how many doors, how many locks, easiest
Yeah.
access, closest one to where the devil was based off where we've seen it, things like that.
Yep. All right. So you take the time to case the zoo, at least the outside perimeter, to check the guard rotation, possible alternative entrances, and any weakness that you can exploit. You've managed to find 3 separate entrances. One is a extremely large entrance towards the back corner here that seems to lead into Sebastian's menagerie, where you first spoke to him. Another is another slightly larger entrance over here that seems to be by a separate exotic animals building, and another entrance here that seems to be just for secondary access for staff. As far as guard rotations, a lot of them seem to be focusing on the main 2 doors over here and inside of the zoo. However, this third alternative door seems to be your best entrance into the zoo.
So over here.
Yep,
It also seems like it's the furthest away from the Devil's Pit.
that's the unfortunate part.
Mm-hmm.
What if I disguised myself as a guard and made us an easier path?
Yes, this is what we're doing. We're spending time figuring these things out. Whatever's the easiest path in. Shouldn't be too complicated to break into a zoo.
I mean, they clearly don't care too much about security, being they put a devil that shoots spikes at people on an open platform without any fencing, so yeah.
How many guards are there around the area?
How many guards are around which area?
Guards are
Probably
like
like
zookeepers.
Yeah, like how many guards and zookeepers
Security?
can we count, you know?
The zookeepers at night would be most likely asleep. It would just be like night staff doing,
Like I said, like security.
doing like maybe like hourly patrols around their designated section. Make sure no one's trying to get into like the flail snail exhibit or something.
There's
Mm-hmm.
the flail snail.
You want to fuck
There's
the
a
flail
flail
snail?
snail.
Unless we take their shells to make shields and have resistance.
I heard a
against spells.
story about someone breaking into the snail's exhibit and courting the snail.
Fuck the snail.
No,
Well, you know, flail snails are into whipping stuff, so yeah. Makes sense for all.
Not me!
There's no way to drop in from above, is there?
The area seems to be open. So
Only had an airship.
if only you had that airship.
Or can we get onto one and drop out? Safely.
Can I style it?
Where are we dropping?
Anyone know this slow fall spell?
I think I do. Let me check. I'm pretty sure I have every utility spell I can have, because I have no damage dealing spells. And I have like a million level 1 spells.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't even need to climb over the wall, but yeah.
I have Featherfall.
Yep. Alright.
Is there any zeppelins that fly over? Like, do they fly over the whole city?
They seem to be more localized in the Dwarven district when you
Okay, that's what I figured.
observe them.
Yeah. So, and also it'd probably be very suspicious of people just falling out of the sky and jumping off the zeppelin.
Yeah.
Who of us is sorry?
Okay, so I guess like after we case the joint, I guess we go back and talk about it. So I guess Amber, you can just describe to us what we figure out. Like we spend the rest of the day trying our damnedest to figure out the best way to break into this place without getting caught, like checking for guards, checking paths of like when people patrol and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah. I explained the entrances, and the guard rotation seems to be on an hourly basis, with one guard going around each section. Or, well, not just one guard going around their designated section of the place. It seems to be at the top of the hour, and they seem to normally end by the end of like the half of an hour mark. So
What
half an hour window to get in and get in unseen and without anyone really expecting. And you also will have only one guard to hide from if you do exceed this 30-second mark or 30-minute mark.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that long.
if we did need more time, one of us could make a distraction on the other side of the zoo to attract the security to the opposite area.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We can decide on that if we need to. Sure, we can find some other animals over there that we can let out.
What other animals are there, Ike, that are like in this area of the zoo? Like
In this area, pretty much all around the zoo, there's different kinds of animals. Some less dangerous than others, and the ones that are typically more dangerous are held in cages. You still wonder why the exception was made for the spine devil, where it was just in the vulture place, able to throw spines at people.
Actually, we do know, because he's going to kill it in like a day or two. He's gonna...
yeah, but why is the vulture an exception, even?
I don't know, maybe maybe that vulture's well trained.
You know, the guy has the ability to like basically dominate beast, it seems like.
Yeah. He likes his vulture.
Yeah.
As for the animals around there, one of these animals would be like a flail snail. Other things would be like a Grallian. Perhaps looking through the monster manual.
Yeah, like the flail snail probably wouldn't be a thing to let out. We open the gate, it takes like 30 minutes for it to snail out, and then doesn't really do anything but wander around slowly, knock things over.
Grallian would be.
Yeah, six-armed monkey.
We want something to make a lot of noise, yeah.
Yeah. Baby Tarrasque. Is there a baby Tarrasque?
Wow,
Tarrasque can
yes.
burrow, so I mean, it would burrow on the ground and leave.
That would be fucking impressive.
I mean, hey,
Indium seems to be having.
it can
berries.
tame any beast, and don't say it's not a beast because there's things there that are clearly
Yeah,
monstrosity.
I was gonna say it's a monstrosity, but we already seen owlbear, so I mean, we can just grab the
Yeah,
owlbears.
and flail snails and a Gorallon and
Excuse me.
You're excused.
There we go. I had to refresh a couple times to make sure my monster manual would work. I don't know why I was running into errors.
Anything that makes a lot of noise that we can rile up, basically. So owlbears will probably be fine.
yeah.
Yep.
So we'll let out the owl bears. What what are our options for getting down? Do you guys just want to like climb down the rope or something?
I figured we were just gonna pick some doors and walk in.
Yeah, we can do that pretty easy.
Well, I meant like down into the pit to talk to the devil.
It's on a platform.
Oh.
That pit is
Oh.
more just like a map indicator.
Oh.
It would be very close to it, however, it's not the pit.
Alright.
Yeah, and so you'll probably talk to him and explain what's going on to him first to see how he reacts and to see if he's like something's wrong with him or is he reasonable. Because devils are usually very reasonable.
Okay. And
Not demon, so he should be fine.
what else is there to start planning out? I mean,
Oh, we
went
should all
up
probably wear
to-
disguises too.
Yeah, Anastasia probably
Yeah, like-
has a evil cultist looking outfit. It will work even better.
Yeah, but disguise.
Dominator outfit, but with a cloak on.
I can disguise myself, so
And then I am myself, so yeah.
I also have a disguise kit if anyone needs help with their disguise.
I have it too.
I don't have one because I don't need one, but I'm proficient with one. So in other words,
I'm
I'm just
proficient
gonna,
as well.
I
just gonna-
specifically did not want to take
just-
disguises, so I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
Anastasia will want to cover up stuff too much,
Yeah.
but I think it's more of she can just talk her way out of anything, so she doesn't care.
Anatole is pretty much just good with makeup because he doesn't need his disguise kit.
How did Anatoly get good at makeup?
I don't know. Probably before you showed up, Anastasia forced him to do hers a couple times. I don't know.
Sweet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, why not? Who cares?
Well, I thought it would be a fun little thing. Whatever. So
So we
Disguises.
plan, they disguise, we get dressed, and then we head it to the zoo at night.
hmm
Alright. So which entrance are you guys taking? The one on the side?
One that we discovered was the best one to take.
Yep, alright. So the
This
one on
one?
the side here. The first obstacle that you come across is that it's locked.
Anatoly, he would be disguised as the Skinner, and being that he never leaves witnesses, well, you know, it's not like anyone's gonna immediately recognize, hey, serial killer, so he would pick it, and being he is currently in this form, Divergent Persona activates, and he has expertise with Thieves' Tools.
Alright, roll Thieves' Tools.
27.
So
Alright, you
think-
recognize
Good.
that the lock is a lock of trickery. However, even with that, it is no match for your skills as a picker, as you manage to break through it with relative ease, practically hardly noticing that it was a lock of trickery at all as you manage to unlock the door and open it.
hmm
I think that'd be the first time that Null would have seen that form of you being.
No, that
Persona?
would have probably been involved with the whole killing with the one guy thing.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't know if she would have seen you like that though.
Honestly, it's up to you, I guess.
It's whatever. Yeah, she may have seen
I
you
guess he was like,
already.
I was there killing them as that. Were you there watching me kill them?
Yeah.
Sure, she actually watched you kill him because she wanted to make sure that fucker fried.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, there you go.
Well, I mean, it was more being chopped into little pieces, but yeah.
Same difference. You knew what I meant.
You fried them too after you chopped them in little pieces.
Ew, no.
We could have.
Let's not do cannibalism. I mean,
You're
burn
first.
body for
It's time to
figure
switch
of evidence, but
subclasses.
no.
It's-
It doesn't have to be cannibalism. You could have just fried them up and be like, now you're fried, take that. And then you throw them away.
yeah.
Well, like I said, burn the body to get rid of evidence. That's fine.
Fed them to their parents like Scott Tetherman.
Oh, no. Anatoly leaves evidence behind. Like, intentionally.
Just leave it out like
Yeah.
fried chicken on the table, so like a captain's like, man, I don't know, we can't find any bodies. There's a bunch of stuff, but the meat's gone. It's like they left a lot of fried chicken though. It's pretty good.
Ew! Oh my god.
All right.
Anyways.
Considerate killer.
Yep. Your casing would also let you know that this way would be the most optimal path in order to not be caught by the guards.
Sure.
Towards the Spine Devil. You guys walk that path and find absolutely no trouble, being that you've waved your way through the guards. At this point, you've made it to the pillar where the Spine Devil rests.
As I approach it, I speak in Infernal, and I say, greetings, I'm here to help you. In exchange for helping me, of course.
It just sort of weakly tilts up as it looks down at you and says, I'm so weak.
Nods. So she like shows him like the symbol from Asmodeus or whatever. She says, I'm a friend, I'm here to help. So she walks over and like gives him food and casts like cure wounds on him and stuff to heal him up. And whatever else I can to not make him weak. I don't know, is there something else you need me to do?
He takes the food and begins to eat it as you do not see any visible wounds. As he says, they've done horrible things to me, those hags.
Hags? What hags?
There are forest hags. They've weakened me significantly, and they sent me to do their dirty work. And now I'm strapped here.
Oh, the hags. Hags, do they have one of the orbs?
Yes, they
Hmm.
were playing around with an orb. It's...
You were sent here to do what? Get the other?
No, mostly disrupt. Sebastian is his name. He's been said to be looking for creatures in that forest, owl bears. They were concerned he was getting too close to the house and hovel that coven was.
They have the. You said they have the orb, correct? The other one of them.
They do, to my understanding, unless in the past 3 days I've been here, they've lost it. I doubt such things.
Well, we plan to take care of them after this. So I guess that would give me a little bit more revenge for you as well.
You would be doing me a great service. They've cursed me. They've turned me into something I'm not.
Well, what are you?
I was a horn devil.
Oh.
But something they've done, it's regressed me. Turned me to this.
Okay. Well, I have a deal to make with you then. She kind of pulls out like a contract, and it basically just states that if he listens to everything I have to say, by tomorrow we would kill him to send him back to the Nine Hells, where he can take his whatever position he was in beforehand.
You are quite merciful.
Oh, yes.
I thank you.
But remember, you have to help us properly.
I will do whatever it takes.
Okay. So after he signs it, to make sure he signs it.
Yep, he signs it.
So I call over whoever to come unshackle him, unpick his lock, or like some kind of this to get him out of this.
Anatoly would do that.
So tomorrow I give him some time. Like I don't know how to tell time based off the sun, so I'll give him some time. We're gonna be around the area. You're going to break free of the shackles, and we're gonna come and be the heroes to slay you after you kill some civilians. Just kill some people around, whatever. we're going to slay you, send you back, just so we can prove that we are the heroes around here and put in a good word for Sebastian so we can get what we want. After we do that, we're going to head over to deal with these hags to get the orb. Seems like a good deal, correct?
I like this deal very much, actually. I was thinking it would just be something else that would wrap me into more hullabaloo. I thank you again. I will wreak as much chaos as I possibly can, though it's not really in my nature to do so. I will see it done.
Side note, people just think because you're a fiend, you're going to be crazy, but yes, they don't understand. So you just basically give them what they think you are, and we'll deal with you and send you home.
Of course. Well, you've done me quite the service. I will do what is needed. And I guess that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, she nods and said we should go. The guards will be back around. Keep the shackles around loosely so they think you're still shackled.
Of course.
So she gets up and she says, okay, we're done here.
Anatoly would nod because he never speaks in this form.
The Spine Devil gives a nod back as he goes back to now pretending to be weakened.
Yeah. So we go back, and yeah, I guess we wait for tomorrow while I do my other scene tonight, I guess.
Yep.
Other scene?
Kinky stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So you follow a different path this time towards the exit. This time it'll lead you once again outside of the range of the guards as you manage to come through the same door and exit the zoo, completing your infiltration of the zoo and without being caught or seen.
Okay.
Hmm. While walking through, Nala's just kind of like looking through all of the different animals' cages and just like looking at them. Not waking them up or making noise, just looking at them.
Most of them seem to be sleeping. You manage to pass by a few giant animals, things like giant sharks in the waters, giant octopus in separate waters. You find more exotic animals like the Grallians. You even find a basilisk who has had its head like put into a some sort of shield as to prevent freezing anyone up.
I don't think I like this guy. I don't like the zoo. It's not nice.
We've heard that he's able to dominate beasts, so he pretty much has all these as slaves in his little pens. That's usually what zoos are to begin with. People just kidnap animals and put them in cages.
Oh, maybe some, but I know that there are zoos that are more like rescues. And they protect animals and give them a better life, but these animals are just all either chained up or this one has a shield on its head.
I'm sure any zoo that you're thinking of like that might be held by druids in the forest that aren't really zoos, they're just animals that live with the denizens as equals at most.
Captivity is not fun, young one.
No, but there is a way that you can do it right. I mean,
Yes, I mean, there's like I said, there's magics that can easily allow you to speak with these animals and to how you say, like, get on an understanding so they can coexist with each other and not have to live in cages. But anyone that's putting them in cages is probably just subjugating them. And can't interact with them on that level.
Do you want to set them free as well?
I don't think we can.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
We could,
It's just not a
but
wise thing to do.
yes, it's not worth our time and effort and potential risk. Sebastian is better used as a pawn than someone as a potential enemy.
And I just won't like him privately. She kind of holds up her nose, imitating like Anastasia when she's looking at someone she doesn't like just like.
Yeah. Anastasia's mouth is, there you go. See it that way.
Just try not to show that face when you're in his face tomorrow.
Like I said, privately. She smiles.
People are sometimes unsure that their privates are showing.
He looks at her chest like, what?
I just smirk and just kind of keep walking.
Remember you wearing
She
a short
crosses
skirt.
her arms over her tits. Sorry, Spike, I didn't mean to interrupt you about that. What was that?
Remember that you were in a short skirt.
Yeah. But she considers her tits probably the most likely to fall out because while she's not used to the short skirt, she's not used to the short skirt being like that. So she's like, my tits are out! Because he was like, you're not sure about your privates being out sometimes. Yeah.
Got it.
So I guess at this point we're just making our way back to the inn.
Yep, you guys are making your way to the Seaside Lady.
Anatoly would break off. Which way's the end?
Over
The inn
here.
is-
Okay, yeah, he'd break off pretty much as soon as we left.
Where are you going?
For somebody.
Yeah, like he still looks like, you know, how he looks like when he's killing people, so he just kind of looks back and doesn't
Yeah,
say
he's
anything.
like,
He keeps going.
Got all
Like,
dressed up for nothing, so I gotta go do something.
yeah.
You'll learn in time.
Oh, he got pent up and needed release. Got it.
Yes. Today's mission wasn't enough to satiate his taste for blood.
Even though he took that lady's fingers.
I just riled him up. Teased him almost.
Alright.
Yeah, Zane, you saw he didn't keep her fingers.
So did he like shove them in her ears or something? Like what's going on?
Nah, he just threw him away.
Gotcha.
Basically what Anatoly would do is, he'd disguise himself as a guard and go back to the guard's place, actually. He doesn't like that cult. He still doesn't like Aisha being alive if we don't need her anymore.
Yeah. I was gonna deal with that, but Josh didn't rat on him, so we have to wait till later to see.
Anatoly wanted to take her head off anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it was gonna be a you guys go in there and like deal with her, and then or like bring her to an interrogation room, interrogate her, deal with her, get the information, and then kill her. And it's like, oh no, she died in the interrogation room. Oh well, Captain, right? So we don't give the captain too much stuff. But then you just like told everything to the captain, basically. I'm like, oh well, guess the captain knows everything now.
Yeah. So is he really stopped at all, or anything gets in his way as he's going in to the guard place?
Being that you look like a guard, it's fairly easy to get through.
All right.
Uh,
He doesn't happen to see Captain Harvey anywhere, does he?
The route to the holding cell is not the same to Captain Harvey's office, and therefore you have no reason to find him.
All right. If that's the case, At the holding cells, are there still people around? Like, I'd assume there still are.
You walk by the holding cell and you find that while there are even some prisoners in there, you do find now 2 guards stationed outside.
Okay, only 2 this time. So what Antoli would do is he would leave that area, get to a place where he isn't seen, and turn into Captain Harvey. And then go up to those guards.
Yep.
I need to speak with this prisoner in private. Leave us.
These 2 guards bow as they walk out. You notice as they reveal their face that there's something wrong with their mouths. Yet it doesn't seem to be too notable as your bloodlust seems to distract you.
Yeah. And I don't have the key, so I'm going to... So once they leave the room, and the prying eyes are gone, he would turn... nah, he wouldn't turn into him yet. He's just gonna pick the lock, I guess.
You have expertise, and it's not a hard lock. You don't even have to roll for it. You're in.
Okay, yeah. Then once he opens and closes the door, is Aisha awake?
Aisha is sleeping as she has quite like a few bandages and other things on hers. She seems to be having a nightmare.
Hopefully about me. So what he'd do is he would gag her and then wake her up as she's still shackled up and shit.
She looks at you in fear as she doesn't really know what else is what's going on.
Yeah, and that is when Anatoly changes from just like takes one look back picture, no one's looking, alright. He changes just his face back to his normal self, and then fully forms into his serial killer look. And that is when he raises his cleaver and brings it down on her head, on her neck, to chop her head off.
Slice.
Yep, just like she did to the Inquisitor.
Like butter.
Yep, blood for blood. And yeah, he knows he doesn't have a lot of time, so instead of fully skinning her, what he does is, after he cuts out her tongue to keep as his trophy, he flays open her chest and like kind of folds the flesh inwards so the skin is pointing out, but like her internals and shit are still showing, and writes his poem before getting the fuck out of there, going to a place, turning back, where he's not seen, turning back into a guard, and then just strolling on and out. And then eventually going back to meet up with the party again. After, like, going through the city, multiple directions, making sure he's not followed and shit. Wasn't seen by anybody. And I'll send you the poem he writes.
Yeah.
I want to see these freaking poems.
I mean, hey, you might end up seeing him sometime.
New ritual, Raul now gets the newspaper every morning for Anastasia and reads through it real quick. Kidding.
No, the only thing that was really important.
The only way I think that, like, she'd be able to see it without being killed herself.
Yeah. So that would leave you guys plenty of time to do whatever the fuck you want for a while, so roleplay.
Yep.
Null is getting her shit wrecked.
Yeah. So it's probably something as simple as rubbing feet to kissing feet to she probably would talk to you a little bit first. So she'd probably like say like I have lots of servants that do everything I tell them to do willingly. That's usually because I've turned them into thralls of sorts. So it's I wanted it to be when you explained like you could be a snack potentially. I was like, that's actually a good idea. I don't have a servant that I can call a snack as well, so I can utilize you as that, seeing as you are an elf, and I do prefer elven wine over regular wine because I find it sweeter, and I do love the sweets. I assume your blood would be sweeter than humans. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to keep you around, because you are obedient as a thrall, while still keeping your free will and livelihood. So I can use you. So I hope you have a way to build your stamina back up, because I might be draining your blood every now and then. Response to see what you say to all that.
Yeah, that was a lot. So I'm like, hang on here. How do I start this? So she's probably like, thank you so much, Anastasia, for keeping me around, and I'd love to let you use me as to my fullest potential as you see it. And if that means providing you with my blood, I have no problem doing that. And I'm not exactly sure what you mean by building my stamina back up. I meditate. I can meditate as I normally do to build my stamina back up.
To gain your blood back.
I mean, I
It
think
leaves
as long as
people
you give
weakened.
me a buffer day in between, depending on how much you drink, then at least a day's worth of rest should, or not rest, but you know what I mean, right? Like a day between drinking my blood specifically would probably give me enough time to rebuild that small bit that you take.
Yes, I'll try, but maybe I want it twice in a day, 3 times, 4 times. Maybe I'm extremely happy and I want something to make me happy. Maybe it's your blood that day. I'm sure you'll be okay with me giving or taking it.
Well, I mean, you've even said that even if I was to die, I'd come back as myself and for you again. So, in a way, I don't think it really matters in a way how much you take, right?
Not necessarily die if you were to die. I mean, if you were to die in your next life, you'll still be my servant. In the 9 hells.
Oh. Well, that does make things more complicated.
Yes, but I guess if I must, I can turn you and you can be a vampire as well, but I'd rather not. That kind of defeats the purpose.
We'll
I'm just
figure
saying,
it out. I'm
you have
sure.
a way to get your blood back. Like, if you had high stamina or constitution or something.
Oh, let me double check her stats real quick. Her constitution's pretty high.
She's like, yes. Also, I might keep you up.
She blushes. Whatever you need, ma'am.
So she nods. So first, take off your clothes.
She undresses.
Or she kind of
She
like looks.
strips. She makes a show of it. As a bard would. She makes a show of it.
Yeah, she smiles. There's no need for that. And she kind of like inspects your body, like to make sure there's like any cuts, bruises, scars, blemishes, things like that. Makes note of all of them.
I hadn't thought about that far. She probably has like general scrapes and bruises from the day of going down into the sewers, but otherwise, like no notable scars on her.
Yeah, she says you have to keep more mindful of that, so you don't have that.
I'm sorry. It's
becoming-
with the short skirt. my legs are more exposed to the elements.
You'll get used to it and know how to maneuver around without getting those. Yes, it is, but I guess you'll do for as is as of now. And she like kind of just walks over to you and it's like, guess I'm gonna have my first taste of you. And then she kind of like this, just for you to expose your neck, and then she kind of just digs into your neck.
Yep.
Yeah. It becomes like kind of like biting to like, yeah, and then it's like grabbing the back of your hair, then pulling, and it's like very like grabbing throat and choking a bit, right? Yeah, it's very like kinky as well as just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't stop her, she's moaning along with it.
Yeah. But and it's like it's one of those things where maybe it goes from like kinky to like actually hurting a bit because like as she drinks, she probably gets stronger from draining the blood or something. So it's probably
Yeah.
like, yeah.
The thing is that she probably is okay with that even because she's like, she's enduring the pain. It would hurt her, but she's like, it like whatever. As if it's making her happy, then I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. So yeah, after she does it for a while, she breaks away and with a smile with blood all over her mouth, I guess. Yeah, she just like licks her lips and goes, "Yep, just as I thought, sweet. That's good. Now it's time for your other present." And then she like pulls out a bunch of ropes and starts tying you up.
And she's probably weakened from the blood loss and is just like kind of like very limp doll, like very dainty with how she's moving along with you tying her up. As in like her moves, like she could not fight back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So it's just tying you up and then putting you in a kind of like a ball of sorts, like fetal position, but on your knees kind of deal.
yeah.
And like arms tied behind your back. And I had some like a weird thing to use like makeshift dildos with like dermaturgy to do trimmer to it to chew the dildos to make them vibrators. Yeah, right. I was like, I can do that. It's kind of kinky. Yeah. So like things like that while you're kind of like on the floor while she sits in the chair and reads a book while you kiss her feet or something like that. Yeah.
The entire time she's also thanking you for the whole experience.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, and she just kind of like has like a riding crop. Like every now and then just like smacks you or something like that if you don't do it well enough. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
It's kinky stuff. Yeah. That's pretty much like for the next few hours.
Nala isn't complaining.
Yeah.
Just soaks it all up. Anyone else?
Yeah. That's.
Like,
I think that's enough before we
Josh?
get too graphics. I mean, I think it's already enough.
Josh, you doing anything?
Probably just reading a book.
We have elaborate BDSM play. We have elaborate murder. Just reading the book.
Yeah, I'm earning my lawful evilness. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was like typical night. Hearing all the moans and murder in the area. Yeah.
I wonder what those screams are from.
Like he's just wearing
Yeah,
a
how
nightgown.
soundproof is the room?
You walk back in all bloody. I'm like, successful. She walks out still like, yeah, you guys having your moments. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a party I'm with.
You had yours. You had a conspiracy with the other undead dude. It's fine.
Yep.
Though he might be indicted for murder pretty soon, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the calling card you leave kind of absolves many people of their, you're pretty much giving them an alibi.
Or he gets accused of being the guy who's been. Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
Get Ragnar something to do. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just counting the card again.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how long we've been going, but I know that Ike was saying that he can only do 3-hour sessions.
Two?
We've been going for 2 hours.
We've been
Okay.
going on for 2 hours, but to be fairly honest, this is a good place for me to stop because I have class in the morning.
Yeah,
I
I was trying to be mindful of that.
So for me, this could be the end.
Honestly, yeah, I'd be fine to stop in here too.
We can pick up to next time with going to the zoo to kill a demon or devil. Bleh.
Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to do was the next morning she would have gave you a collar, the like ownership collar, and then also a way to hide the bite mark on your neck. It's like a win-win because like she'll probably tell you like even though like I'm okay with you showing the mark and you're probably proud of it, but others will be suspicious.
I understand not exposing you, ma'am, and I would never want to do that. If this helps hide it, then I am not going to object.
As soon as Zane sees you with it, he's gonna laugh. Not like loudly, but he's gonna like.
When you do, she puffs her cheeks and pouts, but like she's holding her head up high, like she's proud of the collar.
Yeah.
Like pouting but proud puppy look.
I was gonna say good dog.
You don't have a collar.
Exactly. That's like her whole attitude of like, you don't have one.
Yeah, after Anatoly got back from, his murder, yeah, like anybody who saw him after that he'd be in a state of like extreme elation, just almost sexual pleasure.
Yeah, Anatoly, I didn't expect you to be that kinky.
I said almost. Yeah. I do so love
Blood.
those long nights. The stars in the sky, they all fit so well together like a blade with its sheath. It's quiet, elegant, cold.
Assuming you finished the job.
It was a nice night, yes.
Al kind of blushes hearing him describe having such a nice night about and how it was. Tries to hide it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. She crossed paths with you.
Want to turn the stream off, I guess, and we can do experience?
Yeah.